may I come to a question that you must choose to answer whether you like or not? Because I think, as many people know, at least 2 films and 1 book has been written about your life.
Did you say 2 films?
1 documentary film.
A documentary is not really a movie, a TV show.
Okay, and then a book which was the base for the film, I believe. A Beautiful
There was
Mind.
a book, and then there was the film, the Hollywood.
That's right. It was partly concentrating on times which were very difficult in your life, or concentrating on that. And how do you feel about that version of your life that came across to the public? And do you feel that there is a necessity for you to, in any way, comment on that today, or is it something that you left behind?
The movie?
The movie.
The movie is easier to comment on. Well, the movie, of course, the family, at least we received some money for cooperating and authorizing the movie. The movie is in part an interpretation of how a case of mental illness can go, what could be the nature of a case and how it could evolve. Of course, most typically, what you call mental illness, or what can be called schizophrenia, has an unfavorable course of history, in the sense that the people never really recover to be what you could call mentally well. They become like what are called consumers of mental health organizations. They are always taking some sort of a pill. They likely are not in hospitals. They get out of hospitals, but they live in a form of life that's for people who are not really highly functional. They're not functional. They're not really in the economy of self-supporting people. They're not living a normal life from the economic point of view. And in my case, there was certainly a recovery of sanity and more the possibility of doing normal activities. And so it was an interesting case, and and I'm not a mental patient now. I don't take any medicine, but I have a son who unfortunately is a mental patient and is in the process of taking drugs and seeing psychiatrists and this sort of thing. We don't know what the course of that will be. But it was, I was disturbed in this way for a very long period of time, like 25 years, in sort of starting around 30, so it was quite a portion of life's history. And the movie gives an insight into how this sort of thing can go. The movie actually, at the end of it, it suggests that the person in the movie is still taking some medicine and taking a modern type of a drug after he had tried not to take it and had struggled with the issue of taking it. So there is a difference there. The director in the movie didn't want to suggest that people who are living in a state with controlled mental illness, that they should stop taking their medicine. It would be dangerous to suggest this.
Okay.
So it doesn't correspond to me, actually. So where there've been many years since I haven't had medicine since 1970. That's 35 years, or well, more than 30 years.
Is it important for you as?
But even before that, most of the time I didn't really take the medicine. So there are different types of.
Of course.
It's not the same.
But a film which was so widely seen, and I was thinking that has it been important for you to be able to give your version of your life as well, or is it something that you feel you can, because when somebody goes in and make a film about somebody's life, then you might need to say, well, that's the film, but the reality is a little bit different.
Well, the film is artistic, and it doesn't describe accurately the nature of the delusional thinking that was my history. And it interprets, it has someone who sees imaginary persons, sees that as if persons are actually present, or their roommate, and that's not even typical in schizophrenia. So, but that interprets the idea of delusions. More typically, a person may hear voices. They're talking with spirits or something, which are not there. This is the form of more typical delusion. But you can't illustrate that in a movie very well.
Okay.
When the movie shows someone who can be seen, then the person seeing the movie can better understand it. This can occur in mental illness, but it's the less typical form.